Hi guys, this is Lightful, and I'm here to make a video about a very useful add-on called Power Aura Classic. This add-on, it's mainly a tracker for buffs, debuffs, action usables, etc. You can use it to also track trinket procs, internal cooldowns, etc. So I got some whispers when I made my video about Arms Warrior PvE from people asking me to how to use this add-on, how it works, and if it's good or not for a certain class. So let me just start by saying this is a very useful add-on for every single class. So I'm gonna start right now. So after you download the add-on, you use this command to open the box, slash power. Okay, so this opens this box. So in this box you have your character effects, which are only used for this tune in particular. And then you have global effects, which will be used by all your tunes in this account. So I'm gonna use. I already have like my page one with my settings. I'm gonna use a fresh page. We're gonna start by hitting new. Okay, so when you hit new, this box will appear. So I'm going to give you an example of a buff, how to track a buff on you. For example, on an Arms Warrior, one thing you want to keep track of, it's slaughter effect, which comes from hitting Mortal Strike, and it stacks to 3 times. So first of all, when you open this box, you get like this standard aura thing, as you can see, but we're not going to use this Power Aura's default aura. So of course you can change this right here. There's like 238 of those, so, and you can change the color as well. But we're not going to use this one. We're going to use Blizzard's icons for the specific effect. So to do this, the first thing we're going to do is set up, check this box right here, use on texture. So this will use the icon of Blizzard's icon. So first thing you want to do is go to Activation tab and choose what you want to keep track of. In this case, Slaughter is a self buff, so you're going to choose buff. And then we're going to choose, you're going to give it its proper name of the proc, which is Slaughter. We're going to press enter, and then we're going to uncheck this boxes right here. So after that, you want to keep track of the timer on that particular buff, so it won't fall off. So we go to the timer tab, we press show, and we're gonna uncheck this and check this 3 right here. You can change the color here of the numbers that will appear. You can change the text. I use accidental presidency, and here you can choose where you're gonna put the numbers that will appear. As you can see, the numbers are right here. I'm gonna just so I'm gonna choose top left, top, so they will appear right here, and then I'm gonna downsize this to 25, and I'm gonna use the axis to move it, just to set it right here above my my frame. Okay, so the timer will appear here, the icon will appear here when it procs. And another thing you want to keep track of is the stacks. So you go to the stacks tab, you're gonna do show, you're gonna upsize a little, and then we're gonna use transparent textures. Use your own color, choose again the text format, and we're gonna use center. So it will appear inside the icon right here. This is the number you want to focus. So you might want it to put a little to the right and emphasize a little bit. Okay, so and this is it. You close the box, both boxes. Of course, it will disappear, and we're gonna test it.
I'm out of range.
So I'm gonna charge and do a mortal strike. See if it appears right here. There you go. 1 stack, and the timer. Okay. If I press it again, 2 stacks, and it will stack to 3 stacks. Okay, so this is for the debuff, the buff, self buffs. I'm gonna give you another example. Then a slash power, new. There you go. Go to activation. And now we're going to track a debuff. So for the debuffs, it's pretty much the same thing. You're going to use your own texture. You're going to set the opacity to wherever you want, and you're going to choose here debuff. So I'm going to give you an example of fading light on Ultraxin, because it's very important to keep track of. I mean, when you have the debuff and when to click the button. So you'll need a timer on that. So it's pretty much the same thing. You give it a proper name, fading light. You're gonna uncheck these boxes, and you're gonna use this right here, unit name. So it only tracks the debuff on you. So I'm gonna call the name, NGFS, enter. And after this, we're gonna go to timer, show, do the same thing we did for the buffs, and we're gonna set it on the center since we don't have to worry about any stacks, and we're gonna amp a little bit. So activation, just set it to a proper size. You can like do this just to make sure it stands right next to the other one. Oh, in this case, since it's a debuff, let's do it bigger and like on top of your head, so to make it very visible. Okay, right there. Of course, I can't show you the debuff because you'll need to be fighting Ultraxin and get the buff so it appears. But I can give you an example right here. I made. Which is this one. Okay, see the icon for fading light, and there's the timer. I put it on red, so it appears like this. Another thing you can keep track of is it's an action usable. What this means is you're going to make a new, you're going to use your own texture, you're going to use action usable. Action usable, it's good for tracking like Battle Shout, for example. It has an internal cooldown of 1 minute. So you want to know when it's available for you to use it again. So you're gonna put the name, Battle Shout, enter, and check this and this, and just the size a little bit. You want to put it next to the other one right here. Looks good. And so what will happen is you don't need to do anything. Just no timer needed, because it will just tell you when it's ready to use. So when you do this, as you can see, I don't have a battle shout on. So when I press my battle shout right here, it will appear right here. Okay, so when this debuff fades, I'm gonna just take it off. Okay, so here we go. The icon will appear right here. When the icon appears, it means it's ready for you to click. So I'm gonna click it, and it will disappear. If I take it off, of course it won't appear here, because it only appears when this is internal cooldown, which is 1 minute, will be back to 0. So this is the basic stuff you can do with Power Hours add-on. It's very useful. So if you guys have any questions, some more complex stuff you want to keep track of course you can keep track of anything like runes, totems, buffs and debuffs on yourself or on a specific target. It's very useful for PvP as well. So if you guys have any question, just post a comment on the video, or post it on the comments tab. So I'll be glad to answer. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it's been useful for you, and thank you.